Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. These are two books that I wrote when I had a separate pen name for fantasy and romance. These are very much romantasy though, so I thought I would dig them out of the archives and bring them over to the Emmeline Grimald Stone My Full Name catalog, and sort of actually finish this series, because it's a series of 3 standalones and I only got books 1 and 2 done and out. So they are sort of historical fantasy, very much a lot of magic going on, but sort of historical setting, that sort of a thing. You can tell how much promotion and whatnot I put into these books, given that book 1, Keeper of the Wild Places, still has the author proof logo or label on it, which anyways, they need some more effort put into them. They need to have new covers redone. I need to go through and actually refamiliarize myself with this story. So what I thought I would do today is I'm going to actually annotate some of book 1 so that I can remember the characters and this world and figure out what I need to do for getting book 3 ready to go. Well, written and ready to go. I loved these books when I wrote them. They were wonderful, but because I was putting a whole lot more effort into my fantasy books than my romance books, I never really got farther than books 1 and 2 with these, and I didn't do enough promotion and whatnot, but I loved these worlds. There's a lot of kind of poetical magic and whatnot in them, and I'm really, I guess, keen on revisiting these worlds and finishing this series and bringing them all to you so that you can read them and enjoy. Annotating is not something that I do on a regular basis. I do not annotate any books except for nonfiction books that I am going to be using over and over again, reference books, that sort of a thing, and my own books when I need to go through and either collect quotes for marketing, or I need to, like in this instance, refamiliarize myself with the world. So this is not a fast process for me, and when I get into annotating, I really get into annotating. I do different colors for different characters. I have sticky tabs that say, oh, I need to make sure I want this thing on this page. I find all the itty bitty teeny tiny typos, of which thankfully there are not many, and I go through and I question decisions, I gather quotes, I say, oh, I love this bit, I wish I did more, and then I fall in love with characters again. It's a whole thing. In this case, I am specifically looking for information on the characters for book 3 and world building details that will make this all coherent, so I'm not just going into this blind. I will need to do this with book 2 at some point, but let's get through book 1 first. For the purposes of this video, I didn't even get all the way through book 1. It took me many hours to get about a third of the way through. Okay, a little more than a third, not quite a half of the way through, and I still have a ways to go, so this is going to be a longer project. Unfortunately, I also have other books that are on the schedule before I write book 3 of this series, so it probably won't be out until next year at the earliest. Anyways, I really, rereading this book, I really love it. I wrote it in 21, and even though it's been a few years, I think I did really well with this book. I think it was a great book, and I am so happy to be able to revisit this world and these characters, and I love them so much. Severin, the cat in this book, yes, there's a cat. He is snarky and feisty, and I love him. There's just, a bit of nostalgia going on there with this book, but also just enjoying how much I actually like reading my own books, which is weird because I usually don't read them after publication unless I'm gathering quotes or things like that, which I try to do before publication. So it's been a while since I've explored this world, and I missed it. So anyways, if you are interested in this book, it is technically still available on the old Amazon, but it will be being pulled down very soon as I finish annotating and then start all of the pieces for book 3. But as you can see, I go for it when I annotate, and I had so much fun. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek into future projects, and I will see you next time.